get started up. This is actually just going to be about a 15-minute meeting. Just kind of making sure everybody knows what they need to do for the Volunteer Service Award and going over the paperwork that you need to do and how to go about which students got the Volunteer Service Award and who didn't.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So let me just turn my volume down a little bit more. Just kind of making sure everybody knows what they need to do for the Volunteer Service Award. So first, I'm going to share a screen with you. The biggest deal every year is Track It Forward. So if you haven't yet, and everybody who's watching this, hopefully you have, you need to go in and log all your hours in Track It Forward, and I'm going to go over how to do that. Basically, you select the date that you volunteer. Like, let's say that you did a volunteer activity today, so August 30th. Then the time in is whatever time you actually started. So let's say you did some volunteer service this morning at 9 o'clock and you stopped at 10 o'clock. So that's what time you would put in here, 10 o'clock. And then you would put on the screen what it is that you did. And let's say that you don't see what you did, then you select other and you would put a note in the note section, okay? If you earned an award, you'd say yes, and the award would be something that maybe whatever agency it is did this for you. So let's say that you were working with the Girl Scouts and you did an activity and you got an award like a badge or a patch. Then you would put in here yes, and you would describe the patch that you earned. So maybe you got a Journey Award, okay? And then in your notes, you might put some additional notes about things that you did for this particular activity, like maybe you collected water for a small town. And the contact person's name would be whoever was the leader of that activity. So it may be your troop leader. I'm just gonna make a name. All right. And then you would just submit your time. Okay. You submit your time, and now that time is recorded. At the end, tomorrow, I will be going in and I will select all of our volunteers and I will just look to see how many hours you have logged. And if you have enough hours logged, then your name will be submitted for the Presidential Volunteer Service Award. So let's look at how many hours you need in order to get the Presidential Service Award. Remember, our service year is September 1st through August 31st every year. So your hours would be from September 1st, 2019 to August 31st, 2020. Okay, so September 1st of last year, last school year, through August 31st of this year. And that's anything you did. For example, if it was for Honor Society, or maybe it was for your church, or maybe it was a project you came up with all on your own, then it's whatever you did. You're going to go in and Track It Forward, and you're going to enter those hours in one day at a time, one activity at a time, okay? And that's the most important thing, is to make sure that you're going back to September 1, 2019, and go all the way up to August 31st, 2020. So let's look at that, right? So the date that you're wanting to do this, you want to go back to September 1, 2019, and you want to go all the way through August 31, 2020, which is actually tomorrow. So that's the big deal, is to make sure that your hours are within that time frame. That's our service year, okay? The next piece is the Presidential Service Award. So let's look at that to figure out, well, how many hours do you actually need? So if you can see this screen, you'll see that depending on how old you are is how many hours you need for each award. So for example, if you are 5 to 10 years old, you have to at least be 5 years old, then you would need this certain number of hours for bronze, this for silver, this for gold. I know we have a lot of people who turned 17 during the service year. That means you're going to use this category down here, if you turn 16 rather, during the service year. So let's say you started September 1, you were 15, but now you're 16. You use the category for the age you are now. So you needed 100 to 174 hours. You see, that's a big difference. Once you turn 16, that's the bronze level. And to get gold, if you're over 16, you need 250 hours. All right, so kind of think about that. You still have today and tomorrow to kind of earn some hours. So that's the big deal there. All right. The last thing is the actual process. So the first step is I'll go in to track it forward, and I'm just going to pull up whoever has however many hours. And if you have enough hours based on your age, then we will be submitting your name for the White House Presidential Service Award. There is no cost to you for that. If you need more time to enter your hours, then just let me know. Okay, just send a message through Remind, or send an email, or send me a text in some kind of way. Say, Miss Monique, I just need more time to enter my hours. I'm not trying to continue earning hours. I just need more time to enter my hours. And I am happy to work with you, but I do need you to let me know that you're needing those extra time to enter your hours, okay? So that usually is somebody maybe who had a lot of projects and activities and they're very close and they realize they must have forgotten to enter their hours somewhere. And I really want you to get your Presidential Service Award. So I want you to try to get that done, okay? All right. Now, what happens after we certify your hours is it takes a couple of weeks and then we get the awards in the mail. We normally share the award with you, and if you are in the Little Elm area, we also share with our city council. We encourage you to share with your city council, and usually your state representative will acknowledge your award as well. So the first step is for us to certify your hours, and then once we get it, we do try to alert other people in your community, your principal at your school, people like that, and let them know that you won the award. It's a very prestigious award. It is a challenge for you to get it, especially this year during COVID. So I actually want to tell everybody, like, I'm really impressed. If you haven't seen it, one of our newest members, 10-year-old Sydney Miller, really outdid herself. And then Justin is another student who outdid himself. They just really did a great job, and I just want to acknowledge them here live. Tamia, my babies, Tamia and Aaliyah, they both did a great job. I think Aaliyah earned her gold award this year. She did a lemonade stand to raise money for the homeless children. She raised $1,000, and I think I had to finish entering her hours, but I think she earned enough for her gold. And then Tamia is 16. I don't know if she got enough this year for the gold, but she's the person that you guys interact with the most, and she's been doing obviously, weekly volunteer work with you guys. So I just want to acknowledge everyone who's done a great job getting your hours in. And then there were some students that I have not met, but I was glancing through and I saw that there were some new students who have really, really been putting forth a good effort. And so we're going to make sure and get everybody acknowledged. I see so many new faces in here. I'm so impressed. And I do want to let you know if you have any questions for me along the way, be sure and reach out. But we have some excellent volunteers this year. You guys really did do a great job. We have, my last count, about 2,000 hours between last year and this year of student volunteer hours completed. That's a lot of time put into the community. So that's it pretty much for today. This was just a quick live to explain the service award process. First step, enter all your hours and track it forward. The next step is that I go in and track it forward and I see who all has gotten the hours based on their age. I submit your time, and then we get the award from the White House and I give it out to you. And also we usually alert your community leadership. If you have any questions, let me know. Reach out as soon as you can if you think that you're going to need more time to enter your hours, and I will be happy to work with you on that. All right, are there any questions? Sarah, I see you're live in the Zoom. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I was never able to log into it.
You alert your community leadership. Do you have any questions? To work with you on that. All right, are there any questions? Sarah, I see you're live in the Zoom. Did you have any questions? Sarah, if you asked a question, I did not hear it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Can you?
yes, ma'am. It keeps trying to get me to sign to like I don't know. So can my username and password for it just be anything, or is there?
You mean for Track It Forward?
Yes, ma'am, because it's trying to make me like pay for it.
Pay for Track It Forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, let me just give you the right link. Hold on. I'll send you the link, and now you should know you don't pay for it at all, ever. There's nothing. So I put the link there in the chat. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, try that link and see if that doesn't help.
Yes, ma'am.
Did that work for you?
Is that yes, ma'am?
That worked?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you want to enter your hours, September 1, 2019 through August 31, 2020.
August 31, 2020. Yes, ma'am.
So if you get any more hours tonight, enter those, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now, the last piece is we had some volunteer programs that you guys could do for us. Is everybody familiar with do you know how to do that one? The programs that we had the COVID-19 service project. Are you familiar with that one, Sarah?
No, ma'am. I'm familiar with the Sandy Brook one, and I have waters for it.
You have water sport. Okay, so did you reach Sydney Miller?
We just got them last night, and I meant to text y'all last night, but I can do it now.
Okay, so you want to reach out to Sydney and let her know that you have something for her, okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
do you have the video that Tamia posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, her contact information, I think, is in that video. So use that video to get in touch with Sydney to work out getting the water to her, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'm gonna post the COVID-19 service project video in case anybody wants to get hours using the video for COVID-19. This gives the instruction, okay? So how many hours do you have?
Me?
Mhm.
I think I'm at about maybe 200 from this summer. I have to check further back to see how much I have prior to it.
Okay, good. And you can still upload books if you want to read books, children's books. You can still send those to us as well to earn 1 hour per video for reading children's books. So in case you're a little short, those are 2 service projects you can do, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, any other questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, it sounds like you were right there winning your gold. How old are you, Sarah?
I'm 17.
17. So see if you've gotten every single thing entered. Go all the way back to August last year and see if you've got every little single thing entered. Go through your whole calendar and make sure you haven't missed anything. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Congratulations. And anybody who's listening on the YouTube Live, if you have questions, send an email to student0daycollegeproject@gmail.com. And we will try to get your questions answered as fast as possible. You guys take care. Congratulations, Sarah. You've already earned at least a silver or bronze. So congratulations. And I hope that you can get the gold.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.